So I'm on tonight to take a look at some things. Some stuff went down this past day in terms of reveals and things like that. Some insane cards, and not just like power level, but concept as well. And we're kind of looking at a little teaser right here. We'll get to that in a second. But man, it's funny. Like I had some people over my place, and we were actually playing Lorcana. So all of this was going down as I was playing some paper games there, and like as we were kind of cleaning everything up and settled back in, everyone left. I look at my phone. Next thing I know, there's dogs everywhere on my timeline. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So we're gonna kind of go through some of the revealed cards today. A video did just drop on my YouTube channel talking about the Sorcerer's Hat, which now all of a sudden looks a lot better based on some of the cards that were dropped. So be sure to check that out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're gonna fit in this stream is gonna be like insanely long, but we're gonna fit in some games. There's a new deck I've been wanting to try out, but first let's take a look at these new reveals. We have some new reveals today, and we're gonna look at first to 20's account for these images, as I know they have all of them. Spoiler. Okay, so first things first, we'll get to these in a second. We do have a good look at what the Illumineer's Trove is going to look like. It comes with a pretty neat lore counter, some awesome looking dividers here with each color on them. That's really cool. And neat dice. So like, I kind of like the design of this trove. It looks really neat. The only problem is, and this might not be a problem for you per se, but like I've yet to see an Illumineer's Trove like in real life anywhere. Not my local card store, not at like Target or Walmart or something. I've yet to see one. So as cool as this looks, I just don't know if I'm ever gonna get my hands on it. Although, like, I wish I did, because like the boxes look really cool for like a display also. But yeah, so we got a nice look at that. But let's actually get into some cards here. Okay, first one a lot of people are excited about, and we finally have Scrooge McDuck. Now this is actually, I didn't take a good look at this when it was first kind of revealed. He's not inkable. He costs 5. He's Sapphire, interestingly enough. 3/5, so not bad stats. Can quest for 1 lore. And he reads, I'm going home. During your turn, this character gains evasive. That's always nice to have. And the effect, I don't get rich by being stupid. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may play an item for free. Like, it's kind of funny that like the Scrooge McDuck card is the one that's like promoting challenging in a way. Like, I thought Scrooge would kind of be more almost like Prince John, but I get the theory behind it. Obviously this would go in sort of like that item popsicle sort of situation going on. Banishes another character in a challenge, may play an item for free. That could be a free popsicle or a bigger item that you play for free. You know, it's not like you're losing out on a ton of lore doing this. The only reservation, like in practice, he looks good. He'll go well with sort of the Havisham, Popsicle, Nick Wilde, that whole package going on. The obvious synergies are here, but are we okay with the fact that he costs 5, and are we okay with the fact that he's not inkable? Now, the problem is like, by the time you're at turn 5, is your opponent going to have enough characters to be able to banish with just 3 attack? In a lot of cases, yeah, but in some cases, no. I mean, the 5 blocking is nice. You can probably get sort of 2 challenges out of him. But playing those items for free it does have a lot of potential to be huge, especially when, like, you know, maybe you're playing with the aerial that like collects stuff, you know, like the aerial where like you can re-ready her when you play an item. Like there is utility to this card, but how competitive will it actually be? We'll have to kind of see it in practice. Lee Barbs, thanks for the follow. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this card. I think the obvious synergies are there, but like, it's not inkable, which isn't the end of the world, but costs 5. It's funny, I don't know. But I'm interested to see, I'm going to try this out. I'm interested to see how this works. I remember when like Pete was first revealed for Rise of the Floodborn. At first, like myself and a lot of people were like, okay, this card isn't really that good. But then when we were actually playing it, we realized, oh, playing 2 actions isn't like the hardest thing in the world by the time you get to turn 5 with Pete on the board, right? And it can actually be pretty good. Maybe this is a similar case. We'll just have to see. But like, I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued. All right, on to the next card. We have a Moana. Born Leader. This is a 5-cost inkable Ruby character. 4/4. Actually has Captain. Interesting. Princess Hero Floodborn is a shift 3, so this implies that there's probably going to be another Moana, and this Moana is hopefully going to be like 1 cost, 2 cost, something like that, which would be cool. Quest for 2 and reads, welcome to my boat. Whenever this character quests while at a location, ready all other characters here. Interesting wording there. I guess when you're at a location, like the wording is like when you're at the location, you're here, I guess. Whatever. That's something we'll look into. They can't quest the rest of this turn. So like obvious combos this would go with. I think about the Queen of Hearts and Shere Khan stuff that challenge and get a lore, challenge and draw a card. And you can do the end like with the big Scar too. Do all that multiple times. So though when you get all those characters to the location, you can quest with them, and then when you move this to the location, or when you quest the location, you raid them again. They can challenge, you can get your lore, you can get your draw from the Queen of Hearts, all that stuff. So like that's kind of like the first sort of synergy I can think of with this. Again, a lot of this is dependent on like how good locations are, you know, because like if they're really good, just like with the card that was revealed the other day from Treasure Planet, you know, if they're good, then having all the incentive in the world to move them to the location and have effects like this would be great. So we'll see. Like, it's nice that the effect triggers on the quest, which means you're getting 2 lore, and if you're readying Shere Khan, you are challenging again to get another lore and hopefully removing a character. When you're re-readying Queen of Hearts, you're drawing a card to challenge a character and hopefully remove them. So like, really neat concept. This card, again, depending on how good lands are, and if sort of this kind of challenge, like aggressive challenge style of Ruby play gets more support and is good, then this card does have potential to be kind of insane. And 4/4 isn't bad either, so I'm very interested to see what we got going on here. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. So we got this. We saw this in like this little pile here. We knew it was going to be a thing. And then out of nowhere, again, I'm playing Lorcana with some friends IRL when this is all happening, so I didn't see it. They start dropping these Dalmatian puppies. And like, what's really interesting, it's all technically the same card. The only thing that's different is kind of the number down here. There's like a 4A 204, 4B 204. But these are all the same card. They're all Dalmatian puppy, but just different versions. So that's, first of all, new. We haven't seen that yet. But where things get a little whack, okay. First of all, it's inkable, 2 cost, 2, 3. Storyborn puppy can quest for 1. Here's where things get crazy. You may have up to 99 copies of Dalmatian puppy tail wagger in your deck. Now, it's very important to know this doesn't mean you have to have 99 Dalmatian puppies in your deck. That means if you're running a 60 card deck, 55 of your cards can be Dalmatian puppies. Of course, the idea is, you know, you're playing the Dalmatian deck. It's 101 Dalmatians, so you're going to have a bunch of dogs everywhere. The first, like, we have a bunch of different alternate arts here. The art looks really good. What's worth kind of... The first thing that came to my mind, and I'm glad that people like on Twitter were confirming this too, this makes the Sorcerer's Hat a lot better. This makes Mufasa a lot better. If we go back down, probably all the way down here, where's Sorcerer's Hat? Where are we? Okay. We read this. Name a card, reveal the card that you put in the top. So you have draw power with this. And like one thing, we've talked about this before with Sorcerer's Hat. Not that it's really relevant here, but like all you have to say is Dalmatian puppy. If 50 of the cards in your deck are Dalmatian puppies, odds are you're going to get one. I am very interested to see how competitively viable this ends up being, because like in theory the Sorcerer's Hat makes sense, right? But like I wonder what other support is going to come in this set to make this better. It seems like so far with Rise of the Floodborn Into the Inklands, they've been introducing like these weird things. Like in the last set it was the Merlin stuff where people were like, whoa, that's different. And now I feel like it's the Dalmatian thing here. Oh my god. So what do you do with this? So the question that comes to my mind is like, if you're playing this competitively, do you have to confirm that like you don't have more than 99 copies in the deck? Like if you're doing that, we need the puppy payoff. Predator that gains lore for the amount of puppy you have. Yeah, there has to be something else, right? There's got to be some other kind of like boss that goes with it. Like the big boss in the Merlin stuff was obviously the dragon, the Madam Mim dragon, which like we don't really see in competitive play. But like in the theory of that deck, like that's kind of like you want to end the game with that. There's got to be something like that with the Dalmatians. The new Pongo, by the way. Cost 3 is inkable, 3/2. Once per turn, you may pay 2 ink to reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card, put it in your hand. Otherwise, put it at the bottom of your deck. This is so funny because, like, you can do this and the Sorcerer's Hat. I mean, it would cost you 3 ink total, but yeah, that's true. You don't even have to name them. This can get real silly real fast. What I find really funny is that they have 3 blocking, which means they don't die to grab your sword, which is hilarious. Here's what needs to happen. Here's what we need. Call me evil, but this would be so funny. We need a Cruella de Vil that, like, messes these puppies up somehow. Wouldn't that be nuts? Like, we get a Cruella de Vil and her goons, and, like, Cruella de Vil is your big boss, and it's like, when you play this, I don't know, exert all freaking Dalmatians, like something like that. We need a Cruella de Vil counter to this. We really do. That would be you would know, we would know really quick what kind of person someone is depending on what deck they would play. The Cruella de Vil deck that just counters this, or if you're doing puppies. Yeah, this like, when I first saw them, like, I was looking to see, like, if there was any kind of, like, difference at all. There isn't. They're the same card, even down to the flavor text. Bash all Dalmatian puppy cards. Gain lore equal to the amount. Oh my god. So here's the question. Like, would that be like some funny meta call where, like, they make this, like, super specific counter to this deck, and, like, you bring that as, like, a tech option to a tournament because everyone is bringing the puppy deck, and you're like, nope, I'm gonna be the one jerk that has Cruella de Vil and just insta win because you're spamming all these damn dogs. That's really funny. You're right, the art is the same except for the dogs themselves. That's true. You're that jerk, I would be that jerk too. If there's, like, something that specifically counters this and it's Cruella de Vil, oh my god, I would so run that. Oh, I would so run that. I don't care if, like, that's the only game I win. It's like they went to Sears to get... Oh my gosh, that's true. That's true. Like, they really did. This really is just like a setup photo shoot. They really did just set this up like a photo shoot. We have the most photogenic one. Wear a Dalmatian jacket instead. So, oh my god, you gotta go in with the full Cruella de Vil garb. Have, like, the Cruella de Vil song playing the whole time. That they have the opportunity to do, like, the funniest thing. Like, you build this deck specifically to counter this. It won't win any other games, but you run into the one Dalmatian player at a tournament, at your local tournament, and you just ruin their day. That's wild. That's insane. All right. We have one more. We finally have a land reveal. Land. I have to stop calling them lands. It's a location. We finally have a location reveal. Okay. And it is a 2-cost inkable location. It has 5 defense and costs 1 to move to. And it is isolated. Characters gain resist +1 while here. Is this good? I don't know. This is only like the second location we've seen. Maybe it's broken. Who knows? We'll have to practice with it. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff. This Dalmatian thing, this is it. This is like the weird thing they introduced in the set, just like they did with the Merlin stuff last set. Wow.